Hi everyone, it's FCA. Welcome to Makeup Monday. Now, you might notice there are a couple of things different, like I'm not wearing any makeup and my hair is wet from being in the shower, especially the bottom part. But if you haven't noticed from the thumbnail and the title, this is going to be some of the top embarrassing products to purchase, specifically beauty products. So we're not talking about pads and tampons and things like that, or anything related to down there. So intimate things are not going to be mentioned here. These are beauty products. And just to get a couple things out of the way, first off, there's a hockey game going on. I don't know. It's important for the hockey world, apparently. I don't know if it's the actual Stanley Cup. I don't know when that takes place. But I know that there's hockey gameness going on. And there's a stairwell right outside the store, and the TV is right next to the stairwell, so there's an echo. And there are some people who get really excited with sports things. And you might hear their excitement or resentment towards a call. I apologize. Another thing is hair dyeing, hair coloring, even for gray coverage, is not going to be included in this. And I understand that, especially if you're a younger person who has gray hair, that may be embarrassing for you personally. But I don't think that generally hair coloring or hair dyeing products, or if you're a person who doesn't like the color of your natural hair, so for whatever personal preference reason you try to make it seem like you naturally have a different colored hair and you're just very strict with keeping up with the roots and everything, that's you. And I did not include this because I don't think that is a wholly, majoritatively beauty product embarrassing thing to buy. And that leads me into my next thing of this is my opinion. So what embarrasses me and what I find uncomfortable buying, or somebody finding, is less embarrassing than what you might find. So let's bear that in mind, that we all have opinions. Nobody's right or wrong. This is from my point of view, and hoping that other people know that other women buy these products. I'm sure I know that at least 2 of them have been mentioned on YouTube before. And so there we go with that. And if you do have any differing opinions, I like opinions when we can calmly and not trollingly share them. So feel free to comment with your opinion about what you find embarrassing or not embarrassing about these products, and if there's any that you think I missed. And with that being said, let's go into those actual products. Into the products. These 5 products have been arranged from what I consider to be the least embarrassing, something that I think kind of only affects me, to what I think is one of the most embarrassing beauty products that I think in general can happen. I have a love-hate relationship with online shopping because on the one hand, most of this embarrassment can be avoided because you don't have to deal with a real person who can identify immediately product to face. But at the same time, I don't like spending money, so I have a money loss, and I don't have a product. That disconnect doesn't work for me. At least not all the time. So that excuse, let's go on to the first product, which is this. This is the Mederma Advanced Scar Gel. And for me, what's embarrassing about this is most of the time when I'm in public, not all the time, but most of the time I wear makeup. So most of my acne scars, which I've shown on camera before, which is my least favorite part of me, because some things happen in my brain. I think this one might just be me, but whenever I buy this, I kind of feel like the cashier or whoever is behind me or next to me is looking at me, trying to figure out where the scar is, or whatever they're imagining the scar is worse than my moderate acne scarring. And like I said, I know there's people with worse, and I know there's people with less. I'm in between. But I can't help but it's like a game of telephone, only in their brains. And so people, because humans are terrible, they'll think something is way worse than it is, and they're like, what does she need scar gel for? Or maybe they just scan it along and don't care, but internal fears. The next product is the hair removal cream for the body. For me, I think that obviously I'm a mammal, and mammals have hair, and whether you think it's misogynistic or idealistic, whatever you think about it, this is the Sally Hansen cream kit removal, in case you're curious. But I think that if I have to use this over traditional waxing and shaving methods, maybe it's for comfort. How thick is this hair? Where is she removing this hair? Especially when it says bikini area. I'm like, oh, they know. They know. And that just kind of puts me at an uncomfortable point. Some people don't care because it's no different than, say, buying a razor and shave cream, which to me isn't embarrassing at all. So, buying something like this isn't embarrassing either, at least to some people. But that is, as I said, just my opinion. Going along with hair removal, which is, again, this is a more embarrassing one for me, is the Zero Bumps Bikini Spray. And what I find embarrassing about this is I'm sure other people get bumps, and maybe it's just because it's my body and I'm hypercritical of myself. I feel like I get bumps that are a lot more noticeable, that it's a lot more far spread on my thighs, and that they are just more intense than what I think they should be. And it causes, and I get a lot of ingrown hairs, especially on my upper thighs, the upper inner thighs, and just some stranger, right now I'm in a room by myself, even though there's a potential of 40 people watching, based on my average count. 40 strangers know what I'm doing with my life. Anyway, when I buy this product, it makes me feel uncomfortable. I think it makes other people feel uncomfortable too, because no matter how widespread something is, even though there is comfort in numbers, just, knowing that you need that, it can make you feel self-conscious and kind of, it does a number to your self-esteem and to your dignity, at least for me. Which also leads into our next thing, which I think is a lot more embarrassing, is anything that has to do with douching. I have the Summer's Eve body powder. I'm not sensitive to fragrance. They do have a fragrance-free kind, and so does Vagisil. And then the Summer's Eve Delicate Blossom Cleansing Wash, which is specifically made to work well and be nice to a woman's vaginal area. And I tend to buy these products or I keep up with them regularly, but I use them the most when I'm on my girl time, because that's when I feel like my area down there isn't the most daisy fresh. And I want it to be as clean as possible when there's, several cups of blood coming out of me. And it can cause an unpleasant scent with body odor and sweat and running around, and it's in an enclosed space. And to me, it's just, I feel like the person is judging me again, where it's like, oh, you have to do that, huh? Especially if it's a guy. Because if it's a female cashier, then they might understand a little bit more. But when it's a guy, it might be like, Or I feel like somebody might think I'm doing something intimate when I'm not, just because I want to feel more hygienic. And that just puts me at odds. The next thing is this. This is the big one. Nair Face Cream Moisturizer. And it doesn't have to be Nair. It can be anyone. Whenever I'm buying stuff that has to do with removing hair on your face, especially as a girl, and you can call it misogynistic male oppression or idealistic beauty again, but if every male on this planet were to just disappear forever, I would still not want to have facial hair. And I don't have a massive amount. I'm not shaving every day or anything like that. It's just that I have this little group of dark hairs, and they make a slow line right here on my upper lip area, and there are about 4 or 5 dark hairs. And for some reason, not only are they dark, just miraculously darker than the rest of the hair on my face, like the peach fuzz. No, it can't be like that. These hairs are, for some reason, much longer, grow much faster, and are very thick and noticeable. And I'm just like, where did these hairs come from? What do they want? Why are they on my face? And just in the main part of my face, I have a large mouth. I have an oval-shaped face. I talk a lot. Why is there hair right around that area? I feel like there could have, whether you believe in God or not, I feel like whatever created people could have given us a few more diversities. You know, there could have been certain areas that didn't need hair. Yeah, because it's not like we grow enough hair to keep us warm or protect us from the elements like a beard. No, it's just this small little group of hairs that is just big enough to be annoying and embarrassing. And even though I'm sure other women have that, whenever I buy that, it makes me feel like the other person is immediately looking like on my upper lip or at my face, and they can see past my makeup, or they're like trying to see these little dark hairs, which slightly longer dark hairs on my face, and I feel very judged, and so I find those to be very, very embarrassing. I'm sure some people would say that Vagisil should have been on this list but I think that's more like health related rather than beauty related myself. So that's that. If you were embarrassed and cringing just by me showing these things, let me know down below. If you use, or want more information on any of the products I shared with you, I'll happily answer your questions. Just send me a little message, like I said. And if you disagree with me because you're like, really, bump spray? Everybody has those. That's why it exists. Or whatever you think about any of those, let me know below, and we can get to know each other on a better level. All right, I will see you on FCA Friday.